Okay, so I want to read this to you out of Ask and It Is Given, because I have mentioned it in a few videos of not stressing, right? And the thought that I say to myself is, whatever, it'll resolve itself type of thing. Which happened today. That's why I want to talk about it, because I found like the right bag to pack my shit, because I already booked a plane ticket tomorrow, right? And ended up having to cancel it, right? And then I was like, okay, whatever. Something better's coming. Like, I don't have to stress it. Obviously, it's irritating. But I didn't feel like the full full frustration of it, right? Because I was just like, okay, whatever. It's not meant to be. Something better is coming. And solutions for this situation will find me, even if it's not exactly like what I planned on. Like, I know something better is coming, right? So after I canceled my flight, someone called me and told me that they would book a flight and a hotel, and not only for like an upcoming thing in a few months, an event that's upcoming in a few months, that weekend, and then also like a Christmas shit deal. And I was like, nice, nice. So even though it wasn't exactly what I planned, like I planned going tomorrow, something better came up, right? And I didn't stress, right? It was annoying, but I didn't like feel the full annoyance of it, as to where like the old me type shit would be frustrated and make shit work out, right? Make it happen from my own accord, and not trusting the universe, not trusting that it works out, right? So this process is not really journaling, but you do write it down. But it is similar to what I already do, where I'm just like, okay, whatever, it'll resolve itself type thing, right? So it's called turning it over to the manager. Use this process when you feel like you have too much to do, when you want more time to do things that you enjoy, when you want to become the powerful creator that you were born to be. And this book is like therapy, okay? And she gives you an emotional set point range, which is frustration, irritation, impatience, and anger. Imagine you are the owner of a very large corporation, and there are thousands of people who work for you. There are people who assist in manufacturing and marketing of your products, and there are bookkeepers, accountants, and advisors. There are artists, advertising experts, thousands of people, all working to make your company successful. Now imagine that you do not personally work with any of these people, but you have a manager who does, and your manager understands them, advises them, and directs them. So whenever you get an idea about something, you express it to your manager, who says, I'll take care of it right away. And he does, efficiently, effectively, precisely, just the way you like it. You may be saying to yourself right now, I'd love to have a manager like that, someone I can count on, someone who would work on my behalf. And we say to you, you do have a manager who is that and much more. You have a manager who works continually on your behalf called the law of attraction. And you have only to ask in order for this universal manager to jump to your request. But most of you do not see this manager in this way. You have this manager, but you continue to hold the responsibility in your own heart. In other words, you say, oh yeah, the law of attraction is out there, but I've got to do all the work. And we say, well then, what good is the law of attraction? That would be like having a manager that pays you $500,000 a year who just asks you, is there anything that you want from me? And you reply, no, I'm happy to just pay you to have that title. Meanwhile, you are out there scrambling around doing all the computer stuff and all the building stuff. You work yourself into oblivion and you are exhausted all the time while your manager is basking on the beach somewhere. And you would not want that, would you? You would want to put your manager to work. You would delegate to him or her, making requests with an expectation of receiving. And that is the way you must treat the law of attraction. Make this request with the attitude, make requests with the attitude of expecting results. When you delegate in that way, you are doing only two things that are required in deliberate creation. You are identifying your object of desire, and you are allowing the universe to yield it to you. So setting goals is like delegating to the universal manager, and achieving the vibration of allowing is like standing back and trusting your manager to set things into place, trusting that when something is required of you, your manager will bring it to your attention. In other words, when another decision is needed from you, you will be aware of it. You are not delegating your life, you are creating your life. You are becoming the visionary in the creation mode rather than the actionary. But there will be plenty of things that you will want to do. We in no way want to steer you away from action. Action is fun. There is not anything in all of the universe more delicious than to have a desire that you are a vibrational match to. And in that alignment of your being connected to source energy, being inspired to take action, that is the furthest extension of creation process. There is no action in life. There is no action in all of the universe that is more delicious than inspired action. And I kind of mentioned it in the first video today. Your guidance system feeling inspired. If it feels like inspiration. But that's using your emotions. Your emotions are your guidance system. Which I don't know if I'm sure she mentioned something about that, but I don't want to flip through right now to find it. All right. So, let me see. Because I know I used to write down, like, just little things, that I would want throughout the day. Or not like, I wrote it down in the morning and have things like pop up in my day. Like a shell. Like I want a shell, like a seashell. Even though I don't collect them. I know that was something random that I wrote down one day. Yes, and then like a bunch of butterflies, which I see butterflies all the time now. There's actually a few like big ones that venture here. So write it down, write down. You can write down like your to-do list and then give your manager a to-do list. Like them finding a solution. I say them because I see like the manager as like your guides, your angels going to work for you. But it's been very helpful. I don't know, I just want to check something real quick because I thought like I didn't. Right. But anyways, what I do is I was checking to see if she actually like wrote down the process itself. Like when you write it down, make a list of like your to-do list and your manager's to-do list. Like you have so much shit to do, that's your to-do list and that's her to-do list. And you can even write it on like whenever I have a lot of stuff I have to remember to do, I write it on the priority notepad. But I actually haven't wrote like an actual list in a while. Because I feel like I know what I want, right? And God and my guides and angels, they know what I want too. And they know more pieces. They can see more pieces than I can. So a lot of the things I just let it go and let other things fall into place or let it situate itself out. Like today, I could have been stressing the how and the what and the why, like, you know, the unexpected thing that, and I had to cancel my flight, but then something better came in. Shortly after I canceled my flight. So I know I have to go get groceries, and I was cleaning my house because I was also pivoting, taking my attention away from it, because that's what's helpful to just be like, oh, okay, it'll work out, and then direct your focus somewhere else. Because like I said, I used to handle shit myself. And
connect to source.
My phone. Sorry about that. Telling me I need to charge my phone. But I like that. I like stepping back and allowing things to fall into place for me, where I'm not stressing over it. No one wants to stress out. So it's been a relief. It's been fun to see like how things pop up, and I'm still amazed, that shit easily works out without you putting in a lot of effort and hard work, because the society stresses the effort and the hard work. But this way it feels way better, right? Because you're not stressing, you're not worrying. And it's like delivered to you. The quote, we make plans and God laughs, right? And that came to my mind. We make a plan and then something comes along, but I like to know that something better. I'm trying to think. Someone said to me, what was that negative, like, popular statement? I don't know. No, I don't even remember the negative statement anymore. Anyway, someone like made a negative comment to me about like shit going wrong. I don't even know. It's a very popular statement. I just like pushed it out of my mind and was like, not for me. Shit can hit the fan for everybody else if that's what they choose. It was a thought that, he chose. And I was like, no, not for me. It'll work out. And then I went to everything works out, telling this person, everything works out. Which is very weird. That I have no fucks given when it comes to correcting people on their negativity. Because I like it whenever I don't really get into that now, but I can sometimes, right? But I like it when someone corrects me. I like it when, I remember when I first started doing this, I had someone correct me, someone close to me, so it is helpful. I know other people probably don't want to be corrected, but end things on a good note. End it on a good note. Your conversation, the ranting, the the thinking, end it on a good note. Turn it around. And the more you do that, the easier it does get. And being present, it's way easier to catch things when you're present. So I will talk to you later. Everything does work out. There's no need to stress. And I know this will help. So try it out. See how it goes. And then let me know. come back to this video and let me know. And obviously the more you do it, and the more you believe in it, the more shit will like automatically work itself out. And don't forget the Alex Hermanzi's event is tomorrow. I've done a few videos already for that, but I will be there. So, thank you for being here. My house is making noises. I'm sure you probably can hear that. I have to figure out where that's coming from, but whatever, it'll work itself out. I'll talk to you later.